Hi, this is Simply Love Yoga. I'm Samantha Lavery, and today we're going to do a yoga sequence, just a gentle sequence to aid sleep. So just to help you get a good night's sleep. But first, click the like button, subscribe, and then we'll get started. So we're going to start in easy pose today, just a simple cross-leg position. And you may need a block or a brick to do the practice today. So if you have one to hand, that'll be perfect. So we're just starting to open out the hips. So just gently opening out the hips. And we're going to release some tension in the neck or shoulders. So we're just going to place your left hand just at the side of the head without allowing too much pressure. And we're just going to gently bring the head to the side, just to relieve some tension you might feel in your neck or the shoulder. And then bringing that hand down. And then with your right hand, remember I'm mirroring you, so with your right hand, just gently pulling the head slightly. Again, just releasing any tension, tightness. And then coming back. So we're just going to roll the shoulders back a few times, so lifting them up towards your ears and then back down. Again, one more time, lifting them up and back down. And then we're going to do a gentle side stretch. So just placing your left hand just by your hip on the mat and bringing the right hand up. So you're looking up to the ceiling and I'm really pushing my right hip down. So just take an inhale and an exhale, just sinking down, just relaxing this arm. Again, just gentle poses. We're not looking to re-energize ourselves. We want to just stretch out the body, calm the mind. So nice and gentle. So just placing that right hand on the mat and we're going to bring the left hand up. Again, nice and soft, looking up towards the ceiling, pushing that left hip down. It wants to lift, it wants to rise, but we want to firmly push it in. That shoulder just comes away from the ear. Just a steady breath. And then bring that hand down. So we're going to bring that hand out a little bit wider. So again, left arm comes up. We're pushing that left hip down. Feeling that stretch to the side of the body. Again, shoulder comes down away from the ear. And we're just looking up to the ceiling. So we're just gently getting the hips open. So just bring that hand down again. Slightly away from the body so you're leaning into it a little bit more. The left arm comes up, push that left hip down. And just finding a natural breath. And then bring that hand down again. We're going to bring this out a little bit wider. Again, push the hip down. Bring that left arm over your head. Just feeling that deeper stretch. And come back to a central position, then that right hand stretches out just as far as feels comfortable. Just relaxing the arms, shoulder away from the ear. And just pulling that navel in gently. And then bring the hand down. And then we're just going to walk the hands forward. So we're just coming forward as far as feels comfortable. Again, we're pushing both hips down. The chest is drawing down to the mat. And we're trying to lengthen through the spine. Just have a softness in the elbows. And just relax the spine. Open the hips. Just coming down as far as feels comfortable for you. And then walking the hands back towards your legs. We're going to do a gentle twist to work through the spine. So your right hand on your left leg. Your left hand just comes on the mat, just close to your buttocks. And that allows you to lengthen through the spine, and then you can twist, look behind. You don't have any tension in your neck or shoulders. You just get into that spine. Nice gentle twist, and then coming back to the center. So left hand on the thigh, right hand close to your buttocks on the floor, and you just twist. So we're using that hand on the thigh to help just twist a little bit further. And I'm really pushing down into this left leg as well. It wants to rise up. I've got a nice straight spine. And then coming back to a central position. So we're going to come onto all fours now. So onto your hands, onto your knees, and we're going to go work through the spine now for a gentle cat-cow. So have a neutral spine, just take an inhale. And then as you exhale, just push the spine up, tuck the tailbone under chin to your throat, chin to your chest. And then inhale, as you dip the spine, lift the tailbone, lift the head. Look up. And exhale round. So just have a softness in the elbows. We're just slowly working through. So we want to relax the spine. So we want to work with the parasympathetic nervous system. That resting and relaxing phase for the nervous system. And so we just gently move in the spine. It's very relaxing. It eases any tension you might feel in your shoulders and your neck. Last one as we push up to the ceiling. And then just widen your knees slightly, bring your big toes together, bring your sit bones back to the heels, and then arms come forward. So you want to rest your forehead on the mat. So if that means that lifts your sit bones up, you might just want to cross your arms and bring your forehead to the mat, because we want to try and connect the sit bones with the heels as far as possible. So that might mean you need to raise your forehead up, but you do want to rest it on something. You don't want to leave it hanging. Or if you can get your forehead down to the floor, maybe you just want to bring your hands back and just resting gently. Just focus on an even breath. And then bring the hands forward. Bring yourself up. And this time we're going to bring the knees together. So we're going to do hero pose. So grab your block or a cushion or whatever you need and just bring it under your sit bones. So the edge of the block wants to be in line with your gluteal crease. So you don't want your thighs on it. And if you've got more strain and tightness in your knees, if you're feeling any pain or discomfort at all, you just bring yourself up on a higher raise. So get another cushion, another block, and you want to make sure you're not sitting on your legs or feet in any way. They should be out to the side. So on a block, this feels quite comfortable. Again, we're just stretching out the body gently, and we're just going to bring our hands to our abdomen. So we're just going to do some slow, deep breathing here to relax the mind. So bring the hands to the abdomen, and we want to breathe into the belly. So as you inhale, I want you to push the belly out. So really exaggerating that, pushing the belly out. And as you exhale, draw the belly back towards the spine. It's nice if you can close your eyes here. And exhaling. So we're just trying to soothe the body, relax the mind. So just a lot of the time when we can't sleep, it's more about the mind than the body. So we just want to quieten that active mind. And by following the breath, taking a deep inhale. And exhale. And at any point in this video, if you're enjoying something or it feels good, just Just pause the video and just continue with the movement and the breath, which wherever you feel throughout the practice. Just one more inhale and exhale. Just notice the effects that the breath has, even just a few breaths, has on your body and your mind. So just come forward slightly so you can move the block out of the way. And we're going to come into a forward fold. So resting on your hands, turn your toes under, push back into your heels and walk the hands towards your feet. So we're just coming into a relaxed forward fold. So you can soften the knees, bending the knees if you need to. If your arms don't come to the floor, maybe you just want to fold the arms, coming into this ragdoll position. Just check the weight in your feet. Often we want to rock back into our heels because it's less tense on the back of the legs. So you just want an even weight in your feet. Chest is resting on the thighs, crown of the head lengthening down to the mat, and we're just relaxing the spine. Gently stretching out the body. And again, you can bring your hands down just to relax on the mat if you need to. And then we're going to curl up nice and slowly. So you drop your tailbone slightly as you curl up nice and slowly, rolling through the spine. Bringing your arms up towards the ceiling, palms together. And then exhale, hand to your heart. So we're going to do that one again. So arms up, inhale. Exhale as you forward fold. Again, softness in the knees, rolling the spine down. Again, folding your arms if you want to, or allowing them to just lie on the floor, on the mat. Tucking your chin in slightly. Just allowing the body, maybe you just want to allow your body to swing from side to side. Can feel quite nice. And then just come to a central position and just allow your body to come there. Just relax. And then again, just drop your sit bones slightly, bend your knees and roll up nice and slowly. Bringing your arms up towards the ceiling, palms together. And then bringing your hands towards your heart. So bringing your hands down. So we're going to step out to a wide leg forward fold position. So have the outside edge of your feet parallel to the short edge of your mat. We're going to do a wide leg forward fold, again opening out the hips, working with the spine, but just a relaxed position. So just bringing the hands to the hips, and then we're going to come forward, bending at the waist, at the hips, and then just allow your arms to flop down. Again, you can have a softness in the knees if that feels comfortable. You might want to adjust your stance once you've come down, whether that's outwards or inwards. And again, just as we did in the standing forward fold, just check the weight in your feet. We have a tendency to rock back into our heels. So just an even weight. Relaxing your arms down. Again, if your arms don't come as far down, you can just come into a folded position like we did before. We're just drawing the crown of the head down, allowing the spine to relax. Just using your breath, just an even natural breath is fine. And then we're going to roll up nice and slowly. So bring your hands to your hips and just coming up nice and slowly. So we're going to turn towards the top edge of the mat and come into a lunge position. So turn your foot to the short edge of the mat. You can come down onto that back knee. Top of the foot flat. But just walk your foot forward. So here you need your block or a brick, something sturdy. We're going to place that on its end. And when you come to a full hip flexion, make sure your shin is nice and in line. So your knee and your ankle is in a nice straight line. You don't want your knee over your toes because that will hurt your knee over time. And we're just going to bring the elbows resting on the block. So if you need it a little bit high, if that's too strong for you, you can bring your elbows to here. So just choose what's right for you. Just coming into this sort of modified lizard pose position. Again, we're working to stretch out the hips. So if you don't want too much of a hip stretch, then you just hop that back foot in. If you want a deeper hip stretch, you bring that back leg a little bit further out. So just adjust to how you feel today. Adjust to your own body. And again, this is one that can be quite good to stay into for a longer period to open your hips. So if you wanted to stay here for longer, if it feels quite comfortable, then just pause the video and continue. For now, we're just going to move the block, bring the hands to the inside of that foot, and that allows us to bring that foot back. Knees nice and wide, big toes together, and we're going to sit back into child's pose, folding our arms or bringing them back towards the feet. So you might find that one hip feels different to the other, and that's fine until we do the other side. So just relax in this position, this restful position. And then we look forward again. So we'll come onto our hands. We're going to bring that left leg forward. So just again, sinking down into the hips, adjusting your foot if you need to, grabbing the block. And again, resting the elbows on the block, making sure your knees in line with the ankle. Hips are open, so it might be challenging, but never painful. So just do it to the challenge you want. Remember, it's just a gentle practice, just opening out the hips. We don't want to get our energies up because we want to have a good night's sleep. So just a nice, gentle stretch. So just come into whatever feels right for you. And just following the breath. And again, if you stayed longer in the first leg, then you need to do the same in this leg. So you stretch them out equally and you're not misaligning your body. And we're going to come back down. So I'm just going to move the block out of the way and just bring that leg back and push back into child's pose again. So knees nice and wide, big toes together. Resting the forehead on something and either folding your arms or bringing your hands back. Again, just relaxing. So you're just finding a comfortable position. Following a nice even breath. And then coming back up, so our hands come forward and coming back up. So we're going to move the feet to the side. We're going to sit back onto our sit bones and extend the legs out. So Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. It's really good for your spine. So we're not really working on stretching the hamstrings too much on this one. So if you have a block or even a pillow, cushion or roll blanket will do as well. Just something to keep your legs soft because we want to stretch the spine. So we're just going to inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold forward. So we're not stretching, we're not being dynamic here. We're just bringing our arms to the side and we're lengthening. So we're just relaxing the spine. Just come into where it feels comfortable. You can put a pillow underneath your chest so it feels a little bit more restful as well. And we still have then the block to push into, even though it's less intense on our hamstrings and the calf muscles. So my feet are nice and relaxed. Again, this is one that you can stay into for a longer period if you wish, if it feels comfortable. So just pause the video if you need to, but it's really good to just lower the heart rate and quieten the mind, just activating that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and relax. And then just coming up, so just walking your hands back, just releasing the block. And then just bringing your left foot, so grabbing the left foot and bring it into the top of the thigh. So if your knee is high, you can place a cushion, block, pillows just underneath that thigh, so you still have something to push into. And then we're just going to lengthen down again. It's not dynamic, you can relax your foot. We're just relaxing the spine, gently coming down, allowing the hips to gently open up. Just focusing on the breath. Just maybe lengthening after you've been here for a while, as your body starts to ease into the pose. And then walking your hands back up. So we're just going to move the block if you have one, turn it to the other side, and then bring that leg out. So bring the other foot back in. And then bring the block, if you need it, underneath that thigh. And extend the arms down. Again, just resting and relaxing your foot, taking breaths, so inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. If that feels comfortable to do so, if not, just breathe through the mouth. Again, we're just gently opening the hips, relaxing the spine. And then coming back up. So again, just bringing that knee in, bringing that foot out. I'm just going to move my blocks out of the way. And we're just going to bend our knees. So just shuffling your sit bones forward, bringing your feet hip width apart, hands on the mat. And maybe you want to bring your sit bones closer to the heels. And then coming down onto the elbows first, and then lying on your back. So just adjust as you need to. I'm going to come into bridge position. So just relax here for a moment. So we just want to make sure that our knees are aligned with the hips. You feel relaxed. And then we're just going to bring the hips up to the ceiling. So we're just working with the spine in an opposite way here. So we want to clasp the hands underneath the hips. Bring the shoulder blades together and then push the hips up. So be mindful that your knees will want to wing out to the side. You want to draw them back in. Draw them in a line with your hips. And we're just pushing the abdomen up. So it really releases tension in the shoulders and the spine. It works into the back, just moving it in a different way. And then we'll slowly release the shoulders, releasing the hands, slowly bringing the back down to the floor. And we can just pull the knees into the chest because it feels quite nice after we've done bridge to do that. So just pulling the knees in, but just lengthen the tailbone down to the mat. So you don't want to be curling your spine up. You want to be lengthening the spine down. And then bring the feet to the floor. So we're just going to do a reclined twist position. So arms out to the side. You're going to bring the knees up, feet together, and we're just going to bring it to your left side. Just bring the knees to the left. Rest your feet down on the floor so they're not hanging in the air. So you get this gentle twist in the spine. You might want to look the opposite direction if it feels comfortable. So just staying here for a few breaths. Breathing deeply. And pushing the belly out as you inhale and drawing the belly back as you exhale. So we're just fully expanding the lungs. And then draw the knees back to the center. And we're going to bring the knees to the opposite side. Again, just resting your feet down, so not hovering in the air. Looking to the opposite side. Just a gentle twist. A bit like what we did at the start. And then coming back to a central position. So we're going to extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Now, if you can move and do this by a wall, it's much more relaxing and comfortable to rest your legs up against the wall. So I would advise you to do that. Alternatively, you can stay here. And if you are staying here, we're just going to extend one leg down to the mat. So bringing the heel down, we're just going to grab the other leg. So we're just supporting it. You can have a softness in the knee if you want to. So we're just supporting this. But if you can, have your legs up by the wall. So your sit bones want to be into the wall. And then you draw the legs up. And it can be really restful. It's one of the best positions you can do to aid sleep. And then we're going to bring that leg up again. So if you're staying where you are, bring the leg up and then hold that opposite leg and bring the other one down. So you're just giving it a little bit support here. And then again, both legs in. And then we're going to bend the knees out to the side with our arms on the inside of the legs. We're going to grab the big toes with the 2 fingers and then pull the knees to the outside of your body, so on the outside of the chest. But what you want to do is lengthen the tailbone down to the mat. So you've got all the spine on the mat, your tailbone's not curled up. We want to keep that spine long. We're also working into those hips as well. I'm sure you feel that. You can move from side to side just to massage the back a little bit as well. Just feel free to do that if you want to. And then we're just going to release the hands and bring the feet down. So keep your knees bent, bring the feet to the mat. So just rest the hands on the abdomen. So just as we did near the start in Hero's Pose, we're just going to work with the breath. So you see there's much more relaxing breath when you're doing it lying down. So it's great to aid sleep before we go into Shavasana. So just have the feet on the mat, again knees aligned, or you can bring your feet towards the outside and rest your knees together if that feels more comfortable, more restful. But our abdomen is nice and soft, so we'll just push the belly out on the inhale. Again, you're really exaggerating that and then drawing the belly back on the exhale. Inhale it. And exhaling. So we're trying to lengthen the breath, which helps to quieten the mind. So we all breathe at different lengths, different capacities. So it's just about following your own breath, but trying to have the same length on the inhale as the exhale. Just focusing that attention inwards. Again, just noticing how you feel. notice if you feel more relaxed and calm. Again, you can pause the video and do this for longer. Just helping to slow that heart rate and quieten the mind. Just aid a restful sleep. So pause the video if you need to, or stay here if you want to. Otherwise you can extend your legs out, one towards the outer edge of the mat and then the other. Just coming into Shavasana. Allow your feet to splay out so your hips relaxed. You can keep your hands on your belly if it feels comfortable, or you can bring the arms out towards, just slightly away from the body, palms facing upwards. And just relax here for as long as feels comfortable. Just a natural breath. Just stay here as long as feels comfortable for you. I will leave you here. Thank you for joining me. I hope this aids you to have a restful sleep. Namaste.